So I actually just finished recording this, and I ran out of storage, so I didn't get to finish what I was talking about. But, what's up? My name's Lindor, and welcome to the first ever video, not only on this channel, but the first ever artist review. This is a new series I'm going to be starting, and not only will I be doing artist reviews, I'll also be doing song reviews and album reviews in the future. So if there's any artists, songs, or albums you want me to check out and listen to, drop me some recommendations down below. And I think we're just going to go ahead and get started. So today's artist we are talking about is fairly unknown, very underground. He goes by the name of Jøjo. Now, as of recording this, I'm not sure how many monthly listeners he has on Spotify, but I will be editing that in so you can see. It's not many. I believe it is around 100,000, maybe more, maybe less. But he is very underground. I only discovered him because I was scrolling on Instagram Reels one day, like the Gen Z man I am. And one of his Reels popped up, and he was playing one of the songs he had just released. This was in 2024, right at the release of his 2024 EP, Romance Dawn. That's a One Piece reference for any of y'all watching that also happen to be One Piece fans. And I was like, you know what? Most of the time I get an artist like that on Instagram, I just kind of shrug it off. I'm like, yeah, who is this guy? Quite frankly, who cares? Most of the time I'm just doom scrolling anyways. I just quickly scroll past it. But something about the song capturing it. It's a song from his 2024 EP called Son of the Morning. So I went and gave it a listen. But I didn't just give that a listen. I listened to the entire EP. It's only 8 songs, I believe, 25 to 30 minutes long, so not very long. And it was a great listen. I believe I added every single song from it to my playlist. I'm not going to sit here and say my playlist is elite. I mean, I kind of listen to whatever. And so it kind of hit me. I was like, I saw this guy on Instagram Reels. I see multiple other people on Instagram Reels that I don't even give a chance. So it kind of made me open my mind a bit to like be receptive to more underground artists. Because at this point, when I was listening to music, it was all like the major hitters. You know, your Kendrick Lamars, your Drakes, your Tyler, the Creators. I just listened to most 3 basic artists that just came to my head immediately. But it was people like that I was listening to. So like, I don't know what the word is, tapped in, I guess, to the more underground sound. And when you think underground sound in 2026, you think of your 2 Slimies, your artists of that genre, the more like hardcore, freaking dash cam music. Not dash cam music, that's insulting because they're fans, and who knows, maybe I'll be open to listening to them one day. But the more what people have been calling noise pollution artists. So he's completely different from that sound. In fact, he does remind me a lot of Tyler, the Creator. Not only just his voice, and the fact that he produces all of his solo work, to my knowledge. I follow him on Instagram. He responds to Instagram DMs, fun fact. And he'll constantly post updates on his story of him on FL Studio. He'll be like cooking up a new song. And yeah, he's very much a do-it-himself kind of artist. And I like that. That's a good thing. I believe we need more of that in the hip-hop/rap space. Now, I'm not saying having producers and stuff is a bad thing. In fact, I think having an entire team around you only makes your work better. I mean, look at Kanye's My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Look at how many different people were involved in that album. And I consider it Kanye's best album. But we're not talking about Kanye. We're talking about Jøjo. So, I believe I already talked about his 2024 EP, Romance Dawn. So, I'm going to move into his freestyles. He has, like, these monthly freestyles. He doesn't drop them monthly, but they're named after months. Like, he has an October freestyle, a November freestyle, a December freestyle. And it's a fairly interesting concept, because they always drop, obviously, in whatever month they're named after. You wouldn't drop November freestyle in May. But yeah, he's a very interesting artist, and I'm excited to see where his career goes. And recently, he's had somewhat of a break, as he was featured on the YouTuber Soft Willie's Donna 2. And for fans of Soft Willie and Isaac Y and their whole friend group, this was an anticipated album, because Donna 1 dropped in December of 2021. So this was a almost 5-year wait. Not quite 5 years, but almost 5-year wait for Donna 2. And he was featured on it twice. He's featured in the song Party with the YouTuber Yummy, who also makes music. and the artist Lex Payne. And quite frankly, it's a great song, but I think Jøjo carried. He's the opening verse. He comes in swinging, and he just hits every note. And not to say the other two's parts are bad. In fact, I quite like the other two's parts. I believe it was my most listened to song in May, and I'm pretty sure that's when that album dropped. But I do think he carried in that song quite a bit. That's not a diss to the other two. Still great musicians on their own. And yeah, I think that's about all I have to say about him. I'm gonna be real, I did zero research for this video. I just set up the camera and started talking. That's why the angle and the lighting's weird. I'll work on that. And so I think I'm just gonna rank my top 3 Jøjo songs going from 3rd to 1st, and then my favorite song that he's featured on. Now, for future artists, I might do my top 3 songs that they're featured on, but I just haven't listened to enough work that he's featured on to have a top 3. So I think my 3rd favorite is probably Monroe's Interlude from Romance Dawn. 2, I would say, would have to be November Freestyle, which is unfortunate how short that song is because of how great it is. And number 1 is Romance from Romance Dawn. Great track. I believe a little over 5 minutes, maybe right at 6 minutes too, but great song. I just realized watching that back, I forgot to say what my favorite song he was featured on was, but I talked about it earlier in the video. It is Party from Soft Willie's 2026 album, Donna 2. I'm low-key dumb. Let me go check out Jøjo. Listen to some of his music. Let me know what you think down below. Now, I'm definitely not qualified to talk about music. This video is entirely opinion-based, as will all my future videos be. Don't let me tell you that he's good and you just put that in your head. Go listen, judge it for yourself, form your own opinion. Just discuss your opinion down below. It creates a great discussion. I believe healthily discussing music opens up the genre to more, or not genre, opens up the art form to more people. And it just creates, I think it's healthy to have good discussions about music we like and don't like. Don't be like those people still arguing about Drake versus Kendrick friggin' 2 years later. And yeah, form your own opinions. Let me know any artists, albums, or songs you want me to check out down below. And I guess drop a like and a sub if you enjoyed. Only if you enjoyed. I'm not saying do that just because. And I guess thank you for watching.